Welcome back, engineers. It's been a minute. In our quest to make legendary everything, we've ended up with 3 ships trawling the solar system, a system that produces infinite legendary copper and trashes the excess. We've also set up systems to make legendary carbon fiber, biochambers, biter eggs for productivity 3 modules, tungsten carbide for speed modules, and upcycled supercapacitors for legendary superconductors to make legendary quality modules. And today we're going to finish off with how to make the final legendary buildings: electromagnetic plants, recyclers, cryo plants, and to cap it all off, we'll work on legendary cryogenic science. So let's get straight into it. So legendary recyclers are actually very simple. On our Fulgora base, we make legendary steel plates, iron plates, processing units, and concrete. We turn our iron plates into gears, and we're actually already done. We have made our legendary recyclers from nothing more than the stuff we get from our existing infrastructure. And because we've already set up our legendary supercapacitor production, legendary electromagnetic plants are as simple as steel, processing units, holmium, and refined concrete. So all we need to do is set a request on our chest, and we'll be making ourselves legendary electromagnetic plants. A brief refresher that the holmium comes from our legendary superconductor crafting, but can just as easily be upcycled from a set of foundries working with quality modules. And this system is incredibly wasteful, but remembering that scrap patches are effectively infinite once you get high enough mining researchers and with big mining drills, why even bother with things that aren't wasteful? And now theoretically, with this system currently producing supercapacitors, upcycling them into the epic ingredients, we could also just make our legendary supercapacitors, put quality modules in here, and make legendary electromagnetic science as we make legendary accumulator materials like batteries and iron plates in our Vulcanus base for free. Electrolyte and holmium solution don't have to be legendary. So if you really wanted to 6 times your science output from Fulgora, then this might not be a bad idea. But another way that you can start to upcycle your holmium plates is also through EM plants. Now this is by no means an ideal setup, in fact it is just a test. But because electromagnetic plants require 150 holmium plate each, upcycling them will get you a lot of holmium plates if you can support the steel, processing units, and refined concrete as well. But now that we have legendary holmium plates, we can finally head to Aquilo. And once we arrive at Aquilo, we want to drop down our legendary holmium plates, the legendary supercapacitors, obviously some productivity modules, and ourselves. So welcome to the surface of Aquilo. If we very briefly check the recipe of the cryo plant, we can see that we need processing units, superconductors, lithium plate, and refined concrete. Now, refined concrete and processing units are all sorted on Vulcanus. Superconductors we just shipped down from Fulgora. Lithium plates is the new challenge. Now lithium plate is just smelted from lithium, and lithium is 1 holmium plate to make 5 raw lithium with some brine and ammonia. Now this is going to be one of the easiest planets to make legendary science, and if you can, I definitely suggest doing it because of how important the Aquilo science is in the late game researchers. 1 holmium plate to 5 lithium means that 1 legendary holmium plate is going to make 5 plus your productivity bonus lithium plates, and we need 20 to go to 1 cryogenic plant. So this really will be as simple as hooking up our existing supply network, which we can just copy and paste. Everything is already working here. Change the filter to legendary holmium plates. Put in a buttload of productivity modules, all in legendary, which now means our productivity bonus is 200%. we can then put our raw lithium directly into an electric furnace, which is then going to smelt us up legendary lithium plates. And we're definitely going to want to stockpile at least half of our output of lithium plates, but then send the rest in to make our legendary cryo plants. And we can't do anything to make this any better than it already is. Unfortunately, cryo plants don't have any productivity. So all we need to do is set a request for all of our legendary supplies. And with that done, we already have legendary cryogenic plants, all from what we have set up everywhere else. So now we have every production building we could need from Nauvis, from Fulgora, from Vulcanus to Gleba and Aquilo. And to finish off this video, I'll show you how to make our legendary cryogenic science. So there are only 2 solid ingredients which are required to be legendary. The first one is ice. Now, legendary ice, in fact, comes from one of our cheese ships. We have thousands of legendary ice just sitting around. So all we have to do, in this case, is set up a request on Fulgora for a buttload of legendary ice. Go to our Aquilo ship and request legendary ice from Fulgora. We want 1,000 at least. And have that request copied over to Aquilo, which means we will import legendary ice as soon as we can. And the only other ingredient that needs to be legendary for cryogenic science is going to be the lithium plate. So recipe already sorted. And for reference here, 1 legendary lithium plate is actually going to get us 3 legendary cryogenic science. And that's because of the massive amount of productivity modules you can fit into these machines. So I hope you all have enjoyed this video and have learnt a few tips and tricks on how to make yourselves legendary. And this is actually the final planet that we can truly make legendary in any meaningful capacity. It is theoretically possible to make legendary Promethium science, but because you get so many chunks and biter eggs are effectively free, quantum processors as well aren't too complicated once you're at the end game, there's not really much of a point of making them legendary. Truly the only science that really is worth making legendary because it's so easy is going to be our cryogenic science. So thank you all for watching and coming along for this legendary journey. The support on this series has been absolutely insane. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe. Every subscriber helps. And I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye.